GDQ Juneteenth has rolled on in with a cozy Saturday morning cartoon block, and this rollout is not stopping anytime soon. We're here celebrating members of the Black speedrun community, old and new. And as always, the party is even better with you. To help me keep up with the beat and to add even more pep to the step, I've invited our very own Cassasaur, who had just performed Dora the Explorer for y'all earlier today. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing well. Thank you for having me.
No, absolutely. I'm sorry. I just love the fact that we just had like a little bit of like silly, a little bit of like Saturday morning cartoon, and like Dora the Explorer. I just wanted to like hit on your runner a little bit because that is silly. And I think that you've kind of like established silly as like a sort of like brand for like your speed runs of choice, right? But is that accurate? Like, will we ever see you like do like a whole pivot to like maybe like Dark Souls or something? Like what is your brand of speedrunning?
I would definitely say silly is accurate, is an accurate way to describe my speedrunning brand, my niche, so to speak. When I was trying to figure that out, because there's, of course, as we know, so many ways to speedrun, I thought about it and like, well, gaming as a whole is supposed to be fun, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we do this because it's fun, and what better way to have fun than with a very silly game? I was a little too old to really appreciate Dora the Explorer, but since I'm the oldest of 4 kids, it was on in my house when it was a big thing, and so I was like, this is perfect. A perfect way to like segue in to the world of speedrunning, just because it's so fun. I mean, like, I just, saved the day and got the keys back from Swiper. So, it's a good day. As for something else outside of that realm of speedrunning, possibly not Dark Souls specifically, but I also play Dr. Mario, and I've played it a few times with Black and a Flash. And while the talks around the music choice are very silly, Team Chill, I think the gameplay is very serious, very competitive, like, and it can be very hard, very challenging. So, kind of exploring that, so to speak. And I also solve crossword puzzles relatively competitively, and that can also be very serious. Like, you might not think that because it's like, oh, it's just all word puzzles, but the community is great. But once you get down to business, it's very serious. I've played Balatro. I don't know if I could speedrun that per se, but one thing I want to like explore more is retro fighting games.
Okay.
So like stuff based on the Marvel universe, DC, other things. I remember beating Streets of Rage 2 just for fun and feeling so accomplished at the end. And all I did was like dash and button mash. But if I like learn the ways to not just button mash, I feel like that could be something interesting. Definitely not silly.
I like that. Like a little bit of like, sweet and sour, like deceptively cute on like the face, but like you're really like you're really like locked in like toward the end. And I think a lot of like retro fighters is really a good genre to like branch into with that. So thank you very much for like providing that speedrun insight of you. I wanted to dive into more of you as like a person, because like while people have begun to like notice your presence like a little bit more, but you've actually been part of the speedrun scene for quite some time. Like I remember like bumping into you like I think it was like SGDQ like 2018. I'm like, is that Cassasaur? Hey, let me.
Is that you? Yeah. I was like, whoa, what?
So what's your journey been like from being a fan of GDQ? Like being like a lurker watcher to being like really active within these spaces as like not only a speedrunner, but like our like social media, like Black and a Flash, like hype piece. Like what was that journey like?
It was a long one, yeah. I first discovered GDQ since 2019 when I was watching people on Twitch and they were talking about going to this convention called Summer Games Done Quick, and it just happened to be in my neck of the woods. So I live in the Twin Cities, and I thought, oh, that sounds so cool. It was too late to go in person that year, so I was like, I'll go next year. Obviously, that didn't happen as planned, but I still fell in love with the concept of gaming for good. Because I mentioned this earlier when I talked about my dad, but I've been a gamer all my life. And to be able to do this hobby and give back to a good cause, like, this is incredible. And so I got involved in volunteering with GDQ that next GDQ in 2020 on the social media side. Then when SGDQ came back in person in 2022, I started volunteering there as like camera operator. I did donations one year, still social media on and off for groups big and small, including GDQ. And then as a runner, I did my first GDQ run on the GDQ channel in 2023. And a year later, I found what is now Black and Flash in the time that I really needed it the most, just like with things going on. And so now it is an honor to be the BAF hype piece, the voice of the Blue Sky. And just being here now is just fantastic, and I wouldn't change a thing. This group of folks is just wonderful, and it's kind of wild to look back on my journey thus far, but I'm just really grateful to be here.
And that's the thing, like you just exude that, like, again, like upbeatness, positivity, like through every like step of the way. Like it wasn't just, you know, like you becoming this, you know, part of this role like overnight. And a lot of people, you know, tackle that journey like differently, right? And I've always respected that you have that positivity at the forefront, like what, like activism or like good action speeches at the end of your runs and everything. So I find that pretty inspiring, and I feel like people could like take something away from that. So is there one piece of advice that you can impart to people watching that like maybe they could like adopt this into, you know, their lifestyle and make, you know, like for, you know, development and betterment and all that?
Yeah. First of all, thank you for saying that. That means a lot. Coming from you, especially. Also a bringer of positivity. I can speak, I swear. I've kind of been on this path of self-care and positivity in that way for a few years now. And that has really helped me be better able to give back in different ways. You do those good actions in the community, both in person and through our work here. I have a wall art in my apartment that says, be kind to yourself and let your kindness fill the world. And I saw that, I like immediately grabbed it because I'm like, that's perfect. Because the kindness that people can show, the positivity that people can show, starts with yourself. Everybody knows it's hard right now. Being positive is not ignoring that. It is not mindfully, if blissfully ignoring, like, oh, everything's fine. It's like, no, obviously it is not fine. But I think everybody can do a little good, find a little positivity in their days and in their communities. And so my one piece of advice would be to start small in your self-care process. Do one good thing nice for yourself. Write down one good thing that happened in your day, just like on your notes app or something small like that. It may be hard at first. it was for me when I started. And this was just like a couple of years ago. Some days that one thing is like, oh, I tried a new bag of chips and it was really good. Other days it's like, oh, hey, I helped raise more than $50,000 for Race Forward back in February. And it varies. Like, I do feel like I am very positive, but I also have bad days. So when I have that list of good things that happened, I can look back on it and be like, okay, well, I can keep going and I can provide more to my community and to causes I give and to causes I care about.
That's very, very well said. And yeah, I feel like it is like a little bit of a reminder that like, like we all go through something and we all go through something differently. We all process that and we all kind of like, tackle that hurdle in like different ways. So yeah, while you do, like put your very best foot forward, like it is out of, some out of obligation, some for the passion, but it's like, it's something that you kind of need to show that sort of like unwavering resolve of like, we need to do this, we have to do this, and we as a people kind of got this. So I appreciate
that. Thank you. I would also say that like joy as a like emotion or positivity in that way as well is kind of an act of rebellion. Like especially for folks in marginalized groups like us, like that's kind of been my MO, so to speak, of like be extra positive because that helps the right people and hurts the wrong people.
Absolutely.
So that's just the way I see it. Again, like I said, it is easier said than done some days, but I think about like there are people out there who don't like seeing people like us thrive, and I'm like, well, we're here anyway. Black joy, heck yeah.
Black joy, heck yeah. Thriving is a way of fighting back. We got a quick minute to wrap up before we set you free. Any shout outs, any quick mentions that you want to make before we let you go?
So definitely follow Black in the Flash on Blue Sky if you haven't already. I am currently gathering up caffeine to hype up the Black kids at SGDQ. I'll be there. A bunch of us will be there. If you're going to be there, say hi to us at the table. We'll have fun stuff. I sometimes stream twitch.tv/Cassasaur. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, I think that is all I had to shout out. But yeah, thank you for this.
Absolutely. No. Thank you for providing like the insight. Thank you for, donating a little bit of your time to be here today. And everyone, that was Cassasaur. I mean, you're going to be finding them everywhere, whether on social media or, doing your next batch of runs for GDQ Juneteenth, Back to Black and beyond. Now, it's still an entire weekend of the class of 2026 on rolling. So let's keep on hype. We're going to be sending on up to to our host to give you the what's what before our next run. But until then, we will see you soon from the interview squad. Take care.